In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna take you from beginner to macro master when it comes to understanding what macros are, how to use them to get in the best possible shape that you're capable of, and to build a higher nutrition IQ forever. And if you enjoy the video or get some value from it, consider subscribing to the channel. Because I've been a trainer in the fitness industry for 13 years now, and every single week I release practical and educational videos on how to get in the best possible shape and improve your health. So macros is short for macronutrients. And there's three main macronutrients: proteins, carbs, and fats. And these three macros make up the total calories that we eat. So if somebody says that they're tracking their macros, what that means is they're keeping track of how many total grams of proteins, carbs, and fats they're eating on a daily basis. And the cool thing is that each macronutrient has different functions for the body, and they're each useful in different ways. For example, protein is used for building new muscle tissue and helping to maintain the current muscle that we have. Protein also keeps you more full for the same calories compared to carbs and fats. And this is why protein isn't just king for building muscle, but it's king for body recomposition in general, meaning it's king for fat loss too. Because in a fat loss phase, you're gonna need to be eating in a calorie deficit. And if you can adjust your nutrition to stay mostly full in a calorie deficit for longer, you'll be able to more easily and comfortably lose fat, compared to if you're starving all the time, of course. This isn't talked about enough, but protein also has the highest thermic effect of food, which means that your body actually burns some of the calories to consume and digest protein sources more so than it does with carbs and fats. And it's estimated that your body actually burns about 20% of the calories consumed through protein. And it's estimated that your body only does about 5 to 15% of the calories consumed through carbs, and anywhere from 0 to 5% of the calories consumed through fats. And also, for each 1 gram of protein that you eat, that equates to 4 calories. Now for carbs, they're also 4 calories for every 1 gram consumed. But the body uses carbs differently. Carbs are used as the primary fuel and energy source for exercise and movement. So they can be used in your diet as a major benefit to your workouts and your cardio, so that you can get stronger, get faster, or improve, other aspects of performance. So if you care about maintaining strength or muscle, you definitely won't want to follow a little to no carb diet. Also, most fiber sources come from carbs, and fiber helps with digestive health, and it also helps with staying full. Now for fats, they're actually more than double the calories per gram compared to protein and carbs. Each 1 gram of fat that you eat equates to 9 calories. So calorie-wise, fats can add up much quicker. But even though fats are more calorie dense, they are essential for regulating hormones in the body. And for that reason, you definitely don't want to be eliminating fats completely from your diet. And you honestly don't even want to eat a very, very low amount of them. For context, I pretty much never recommend male clients eat below 40 or 45 grams of fat per day. And that's like the absolute bare lowest. Most clients I work with will never even touch that. And for women, maybe it's 35 grams of fat per day. So now you know what macros are, but why would you want to track them daily? Listen closely. When it comes to simply losing weight or gaining weight, the most important thing that determines that is how many total calories you eat. But when it comes to your body composition, which is the ratio of fat mass to muscle mass, and this determines how your physique actually looks, if you have definition or tone or things like that. This is where macros come in, and where the allocation of macros that you eat is one of the most important things to help improve body composition. Because eating a very strategic amount of proteins, carbs, and fats, when paired with strength training, you give yourself the best possible chance at losing mostly fat mass while maintaining muscle or even building some muscle. And if you can successfully do this, it has a much bigger impact on how your physique actually looks compared to if you were just losing any and all weight on the scale. And here's a perfect example. Have you ever heard of somebody who lost 20 or 30 pounds pounds, but they felt like they just looked the same after losing the weight. They were just like a smaller version of what they were previously, but their body composition doesn't really look any better. This often happens when somebody loses a combination of fat mass, water, and muscle. So they did lose weight, but they're not actually happier with how their body looks. And then we have the flip side of that, examples like my clients Rob, Steve, and Jason, who all lost less than 20 total pounds. But their physique and body composition looks drastically improved. And that's because they lost pretty much all fat mass while maintaining or building some muscle. And a huge part of why they were able to achieve that is because they were tracking their macros very closely. Now, one amazing thing you should know about tracking your macros is that even if you don't track your macros for life, the knowledge that you gain about the nutrition content of the foods that you eat, it sticks with you for life. So in the short term, it does help you see the best possible results in your physique, but in the long term, it's a lifelong investment in your own nutrition knowledge and IQ. Now, if you want to get started tracking your macros and you want to speed up the learning curve so that you can do it properly from the start in just 5 to 10 minutes a day, without all the guesswork that I personally fumbled through for the first few years of trying to track my food, then don't worry, I've got you covered. I'm gonna leave a walkthrough tutorial for you somewhere up here where I show you exactly how to track your macros accurately using the MyFitnessPal app. But it really works for any app because they're all very similar. And if you follow my guidelines and instructions, you'll speed up the process of learning how to track your food accurately and in only just 10 minutes a day at most. I'll also leave some free resources down below in the description of this video that can also help you get started with tracking your macros and make your nutrition easier. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on that tutorial wherever I'm putting it somewhere over here.